play.
All right, let's play. Yes, so we know that everybody's been coming for Deion Sanders specifically this offseason, right? Because they had their struggles. And then, you know, he's just got to get on social media here. He's replying to kids, replying to people with like 198 followers. He says, he will be a top 5 pick. Where your son gonna go? Or where your son going? LOL. I got time today. LOL.
Oh,
that was pretty good.
He's tweeting out stats. I mean, what should he be doing this? Come on,
stats
you're
or
a
lack
head coach.
thereof.
Right.
It was really lack thereof.
He entered himself in that conversation.
Well, he did enter himself in that conversation. This is the synthesis of this whole discussion. So there's an article that came out in The Athletic, and it talked about the players that were processed out of Colorado's program. They have had roster turnover that is basically unseen in the history of college football. 53 players a year ago. I think there were close to 40 players this year that have left the program. And somebody interviewed players and they talked to them and got some quotes. I am of the belief that typically people that leave the program and they got processed out aren't going to have a lot of great things to say. That's exactly what this article was, but I do think some valid points were also brought up. One of the players who was quoted in there, Shador, made a comment about him. One of his new teammates stepped up and had defended him, and then that's where the stats got thrown in there. And this is the one thing I'll say, is when you insert yourself into the conversation, I think you do open yourself up to being criticized and to being ostracized online. But Deion Sanders is supposed to be the coach that uplifts young men. I would go as far as to say that a lot of people, including Deion himself, said, and he even retweeted something from Uncle Luke today talking about the role model and example he is supposed to be for black males. So to me, when I see him online making fun of a young black man's stats, that is crazy, right? Like, I mean, he even had one of his 5-star recruits this year sitting at the press conference talking about why wouldn't I want to be around people like me, when one of his other schools that was a finalist was Maryland, that's got a black head coach, black OC, black DC, and black athletic director. And so when you're trying to be this guy, and this is what you're trying to portray, but you're online punching down at kids, young men if you want to call them that because they are grown, it doesn't seem to line up. And I think a lot of people are starting to look and say Deion's a little sensitive right now because maybe some of the criticisms that folks have about his program could end up being true, and he does not like that. He has not been a guy where people have been able to criticize him for things he has not done well and it's been true. Ever in his life, this might be the first moment. I don't think he really likes that.
I couldn't disagree more.